Hello. Hello, my name is Maria Jolicoeur. Welcome to my show, Let's Talk About History. I'm here today in Lebanon, and these horses played a part in the Dragoon. The horses were commissioned in 1776, and they still perform today. The group, the Dragoon, and they performed here today in Lebanon. So we're going to take a look around at the stables. So thank you. I hope you enjoy my show. Hi. Good boy. This is Elias. Yeah. Hello. Hello. Aren't you beautiful? Yeah.
John was saying they're going to be doing a artillery school event.
You have enough space?
Yeah. All right. Okay, so this is Sal. And Sal, can you tell me a little bit about the Dragoon, the horses, and when it was commissioned in the
Okay.
United States?
I can do that. The Second Continental Light Dragoons, which were the official inheritor unit, was started on December 12th, 1776, by order of Congress at the request of General Washington. They had been his guards on the Trenton campaign, where they had retreated through Jersey before the battles of Trenton and Princeton, and they actually fought in those battles besides George Washington. It is the oldest and it is the first commissioned cavalry of the United States. We're in service these days to the historic societies and the state of Connecticut, and we support the different initiatives. The horses we use are all rescue horses that were condemned to death. We take them, we rehabilitate them, and then we teach them to get over the fear of the people that mistreated them, and we use them in these programs.
And beautiful horses.
These are all good boys. They all listen, and they're learning the things. And this one here, Elias, he's just finished his 3 years of how to behave in front of people and to get used to trusting people again. And Elias is a very smart boy. Caesar is our biggest boy. He's the same size as Washington's bay charger that was used at the Battle of Monmouth, named Magnolio. And on the end we have Prince, who's our shy boy, but he's our first rescue.
Okay.
And all these horses are used for this, and they go to the schools where they do programs with kids in schools. And it's pretty much what we do these days.
So now, there's a certain performance that they put on where you go around the field with the
Yes,
horse.
we show the public.
Is that a routine that was done? You know.
It is. It's the actual drill that you train the recruits to come into the cavalry to do.
Oh, wonderful.
So what we did is we made it a program so the public could see what it was like to be a farmer and then suddenly have to learn how to ride a horse and then how to teach it to be a war horse and to go into battle with it.
All right.
And
Thank you.
this is that whole program, and the horses learn from that too.
Yeah.
And after
Aren't they
being
beautiful?
mistreated and then having to be brought back, like Caesar here had no fur. We thought he was a black horse, and it was his skin was rotting. He was dying. And he's been around a while now, and he knows. Huh,
good
Caesar?
boy.
You look at that, huh?
Boy, yeah.
They all love the cameras.
Beautiful.
And Elias is
So,
being good.
you have an email address
Yes.
if people are interested
Yes.
in your Dragoon. And what would that be?
It's SH2LDHQ at Erols, EROLS.com.
Okay.
And we are recognized by the state of Connecticut. We're in the state blue book. We serve the office of the governor.
And you're also on Facebook.
We're on Facebook, and we have have the website, which they can go to also, called dragoons.info.
Okay.
And it's an information site because we do education.
So if you'd like to share with Sal, there's a lot of horse lovers, and he'd be more than welcome to hear from you to share stories about the horses and American history. So I thank you so very much.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, thank you. And where are you from in Connecticut?
We're from the next town over in Colchester.
Okay.
We have a 1743 farmstead where we're hoping to build a barn for the horses. We're trying to raise money now for the horses so that we can build a barn of our own for them so they'll always have a home.
Oh, that's wonderful. Well, best wishes and good luck.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Sal.
Take care.
Thank you.
Ready to go home?
Just gonna leave it on for a minute. Stretches. Okay. Oh, okay. So here I'm with again. I filmed you a few years ago, and you have this magnificent suit on. Who sewed this suit for you?
This was custom tailored after the museum in Paris, France. It was taken from a mannequin, and everything on this uniform was hand stitched.
Oh.
So it's from the museum in Paris, France.
Is it really?
And it's an exact, faithful reproduction of what a French general officer would have worn during the American Revolution. And this is what they call a field uniform or a campaign uniform. My formal dress had a lot more gold, but the campaign was a little less gold, but still quite nice.
Now, the campaign would be each year that the Revolutionary War was fought was called a campaign, correct?
Yes, I would have wore this with two other generals when we took the French Expeditionary Force from Newport, Rhode Island, down to Yorktown, Virginia. I would have worn this, and in the summer months, I would have had to wear white breeches and a white vest trimmed in gold. So this would have been semi-formal.
Would this be for all year, or
Yes,
just
yes,
Yeah.
all year, and I also have a cloak from the museum in France. It's a faithful reproduction, all hand-stitched.
Very nice.
And the generals would have had these. Today I'm not wearing my medals because of the inclement weather, but I would have had the Cross of St. Louis, and I would have had the St. Lazarus medal. And my character, Jean-François Chastellux, he was a major general, and he was a contributor to the poor and the orphanages in Jerusalem.
Oh, really?
And my medal would have been green with the cross and a picture of Lazarus being risen from the dead.
Wow.
Yeah.
So this would have been in the 1700s.
Correct.
That he contributed to the poor in Jerusalem.
Yes, yes. A lot of the French aristocracy did. The man that I do, he was an aristocrat. He had a brother. The brother was a count. When the count died, my character took over the family home, which was a castle in Verdun, France.
Oh. Wow.
And that would have been my ancestral home. All my descendants would have fought in campaigns to take back the Holy Land, going back to the 10th century A.D. And unfortunately, my character died about 6 years after the American Revolution. He was in France commanding the northern armies of France, and he caught pneumonia and died as a result of this.
Oh, wow.
And he died at the age of 54.
Young.
Young. Yeah, and he left a young wife.
Oh.
And he never saw his only child.
No. So now, did his wife stay in France while he was out here in America during the war, or
Okay, he didn't
is
get.
there any story on that?
Yes, he was never married until late in life, and he only got married a year before he passed away, which would have been he got married in 1787, and he died the following year in 1788. And when the French Revolution came along the following year in '89, his widow lost the estate and the castle and all her money.
That's sad.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, how did the French get involved in the American Revolution? Is it true that Benjamin Franklin went to France to ask for France's help in the war?
Yes, he helped, and someone that should not be forgotten is Silas Deane, our own Silas Deane from Connecticut. He was the first ambassador to Paris, France, for the United States, and unfortunately, he was implicated in a scheme of embezzling funds, which was false, and a fellow by the name of Lee in Virginia was jealous of Silas Deane, so as a result, he was left in exile in France and later in England, and he died trying to come back to America.
Now, I'm related to the Lees in Virginia.
Okay.
And
Arthur Lee was the one that was
Okay.
jealous of Silas Deane.
yeah, there's. I was doing genealogy on the Lee family, and a Lee came to Barbados first. In early 1600s, then traveled up the eastern coast and settled in Virginia. So I haven't completed my genealogy on the Lee side, but it's fascinating history. Coming to Barbados, that was new to me. But they did trade.
Yes.
With the Indies,
They did.
for sugar and
Yes.
everything. The colonies. So, but French, the France really helped greatly in with the Americans winning the war.
Yes.
Because I believe that they had a good army, and we were a young country,
Yes.
so.
Yes, and what they did was they built up the entire French army as a result of the humiliating defeat in North America. So they built the army where it was the finest standing army in the world at its time. And they even had citizens contribute to the French fleet, and their fleet was only second to Great Britain. And the French contributed mightily to the American cause, first by sending through secret sources munitions, rifles, weapons, and gunpowder.
General Lafayette.
Yes, he was